After age 60, your body begins to lose muscle mass at a rate most people never see coming, sometimes as much as 1% per year. And the truth is, a big portion of that muscle loss happens while you sleep. This isn't about what you're doing in the gym or during the day. This is about what's happening when your head hits the pillow. If your body doesn't have the right hormonal environment or the right building blocks at night, you're waking up weaker than when you went to bed. That might sound dramatic, but for millions of seniors, it's exactly what's happening. The good news is, with the right nighttime habits, you can flip that script and use those sleeping hours as your most powerful muscle building window. Now, before we dive in, let's be clear. This isn't about diagnosing or treating a disease. For that, you need to talk to your doctor and get the right tests. What we're covering here are practical, science-based strategies you can start applying tonight to protect your strength and independence for years to come. These aren't gimmicks. They're rooted in physiology and backed by decades of research on aging, sleep, and muscle health. One of the biggest reasons people over 60 lose muscle is something called sarcopenia. That's a technical term for age muscle loss. Sarcopenia doesn't just make you weaker, it makes every part of daily life harder. Climbing stairs, getting up from a chair, even carrying groceries becomes more challenging. But here's the part most people miss. Sarcopenia doesn't happen evenly throughout the day. Your body breaks down and builds muscle tissue 24/7, but the most critical time for rebuilding is at night. And if that process doesn't happen properly, the balance tips toward breakdown. So why does muscle loss accelerate overnight? It comes down to a combination of hormones, nutrient availability, and recovery signals. When you sleep, your body goes into repair mode. This is when growth hormone peaks, triggering protein synthesis, the process of repairing and building muscle fibers. But here's the catch. After age 60, growth hormone levels naturally drop, sometimes by more than 50%. Without enough of this hormone, the repair signal is weak, and instead of building muscle, your body may lean toward breaking it down for energy. On top of that, there's cortisol, your main stress hormone. Cortisol isn't always bad. It's part of your natural rhythm. But if it's elevated at night because of poor sleep quality, late night eating, or stress, it works against you. Cortisol tells your body to break down muscle tissue to release amino acids for fuel. That's the exact opposite of what you want happening when you're trying to preserve muscle. For many older adults, this combination of low growth hormone and high cortisol creates the perfect storm for muscle loss. There's another factor at play, protein distribution. Many people eat the bulk of their protein during the day with very little before bed. That leaves your body without a steady supply of amino acids during the long overnight fasting period. Think of your muscles like a savings account. If you go all night without making a deposit, you'll end up withdrawing more than you're putting in. Over time, those withdrawals add up to serious muscle loss. To make matters worse, aging often brings changes in digestion and nutrient absorption. Your stomach produces less acid, your digestive enzymes slow down, and your ability to absorb certain amino acids isn't as efficient as it once was. Even if you're eating enough protein earlier in the day, your body may not be able to hold on to those amino acids long enough to fuel muscle repair through the night. This is why strategically timing the right nutrients before bed becomes such a powerful tool for preserving muscle mass. The last piece of this puzzle is sleep quality itself. Deep sleep stages, particularly slow wave sleep, are where most of your growth hormone release happens. But as you age, not only do you get less growth hormone, you also tend to get less deep sleep. It's a double hit. Factors like late night blue light exposure, caffeine too late in the day, or even blood sugar instability can chip away at your deep sleep window. The result, your repair crew never gets the full shift to do the work it's supposed to. Understanding these root causes changes the game. Muscle loss at night isn't inevitable. It's the product of very specific physiological conditions. If you can support growth hormone production, lower nighttime cortisol, ensure a steady supply of amino acids, and protect your deep sleep cycles, you can stop the nightly breakdown and even rebuild muscle while you sleep. The key is giving your body exactly what it needs before bed so that those precious nighttime hours become your ally instead of your enemy. And this is where we start building what I call your before bed muscle protection protocol, these simple targeted habits that lock in your strength overnight. But before we get to the step-by-step plan, remember this: protecting your muscle mass after 60 isn't about trying to be a bodybuilder. It's about staying strong enough to do the things you love, maintaining balance to prevent falls, keeping your metabolism active, and supporting your overall health. When you lose muscle, you lose more than strength. You lose confidence, mobility, and independence. That's why what you do in the hour before bed can be one of the most powerful investments in your future health. Now, when we look at the problem this way, the path forward becomes clear. We're not fighting against time. We're working with our body's natural rhythms, giving it the tools it needs to do the job it's already trying to do. And once you start aligning your nightly habits with the way your body actually works, you'll find that waking up stronger isn't just possible, it's inevitable. When you sleep, your body operates on a completely different schedule than when you're awake. Think of it like a night shift crew coming in to repair and restore everything that was stressed, strained, or damaged during the day. For your muscles, this night shift depends heavily on a specific hormone, growth hormone. This hormone is at its highest during deep sleep, especially in the first few hours after you drift off. Its main job: to trigger protein synthesis, the process that stitches together and strengthens muscle fibers. Without enough growth hormone, that repair signal gets weaker, and the damage from the day doesn't get fully patched. Now, here's the catch for anyone over 60. Not only does growth hormone naturally decline with age, but the very stage of sleep where it's released, slow wave sleep, also becomes shorter. It's like having fewer workers on the night shift and less time for them to get the job done. If your deep sleep is cut short because of stress, late night eating, light exposure, or unstable blood sugar, your muscles simply won't get the same repair they used to. On top of that, if cortisol, your stress hormone, stays high in the evening, it signals your body to break down muscle for energy instead of building it. This is one of the most destructive things that can happen at night. And it doesn't just come from emotional stress. Skipping dinner, eating too many refined carbs before bed, or even staying up scrolling on your phone can all push cortisol up when it should be dropping. High cortisol at night is like having a demolition crew working during the same hours your repair crew is trying to rebuild. So preserving muscle while you sleep comes down to this: give your body a calm, low-stress environment, supply it with the right fuel, and protect your deep sleep window. That's where the before-bed muscle protection protocol comes in, a simple, consistent set of steps to make your nights as anabolic as possible. Step 1, slow digesting protein. About 30 minutes before bed, aim for a serving of slow digesting protein, something like cottage cheese, plain Greek yogurt, or casein protein shake. These release amino acids gradually over several hours, keeping your muscles fed all night. If you're sensitive to dairy, try an unsweetened plant-based protein with added leucine, the key amino acid for triggering muscle repair. This one change alone can mean the difference between losing and building muscle overnight. Step 2, magnesium for relaxation. Magnesium plays a dual role. It helps your muscles relax and improve sleep quality. Low magnesium is common in older adults and can lead to muscle cramps, restless legs, and shallow sleep. A magnesium-rich bedtime drink or supplement can calm your nervous system and support that deep sleep stage where growth hormone peaks. Step 3, gentle mobility or stretching. Just 5 minutes of light stretching or mobility work before bed boosts blood flow to your muscles, ensuring the nutrients you take in actually reach where they're needed. It also helps signal your body that it's time to wind down, lowering cortisol naturally. Step 4, lower the nighttime stress load. This means no heavy meals, no caffeine, and no screens in the hour before bed. Dim the lights, keep your bedroom cool, and if possible, avoid stressful conversations or stimulating activities that could keep your heart rate and cortisol elevated. Your goal is to create the most peaceful environment possible so your repair hormones can do their job without interference. Step 5, hydration without overdoing it. A small glass of water or herbal tea is fine, but avoid large amounts of liquid right before bed. Waking up multiple times to use the bathroom can cut into deep sleep and interrupt muscle repair cycles. These steps might sound simple, but when you combine them consistently, they completely change what happens to your muscles while you sleep. Instead of waking up stiffer, weaker, and more fatigued, you'll start noticing greater morning energy, better strength during your workouts, and an overall feeling of stability and balance in your body. Because the key here is that this isn't just about avoiding muscle loss. It's about actively creating the conditions for muscle growth every single night, no matter your age. You're essentially telling your body, this is the time to build, restore, and strengthen. And when you do that, your nights stop being a liability and start becoming one of your greatest assets for staying strong and independent well into your later years. Your body can only repair muscle if it has the raw materials to work with, and that means the right nutrients in the right amounts. One of the most important is leucine, an amino acid that acts like a trigger for muscle protein synthesis. Without enough leucine, even if you eat protein, your body won't fully switch into repair mode. Foods rich in leucine include eggs, chicken, fish, dairy, and certain legumes. Including these during the day, and especially in that slow digesting protein before bed, ensures your body has what it needs to respond to the growth signals at night. Then there's collagen. While most people think of collagen for skin, it's also critical for tendons, ligaments, and the connective tissue that supports your muscles. Pairing collagen with vitamin C is key because vitamin C helps your body actually build that collagen. Something as simple as a warm cup of bone broth with a squeeze of lemon in the evening can be an effective pre-bed ritual for joint and muscle health. Zinc is another underappreciated player here. Low zinc levels can impair testosterone and growth hormone production, both crucial for maintaining muscle. Shellfish, pumpkin seeds, and grass-fed beef are excellent sources. Magnesium, as we already covered, supports relaxation and deep sleep. It also plays a direct role in muscle function and recovery. Without it, your muscles can't fully relax or reset for the next day. Now, nutrients alone aren't enough if your hormonal environment is working against you. High nighttime cortisol is one of the biggest obstacles to preserving muscle after 60. Cortisol's job is to mobilize fuel when you need it, but at night, you don't want it pulling amino acids out of your muscles. Lowering cortisol before bed means setting up habits that keep your nervous system calm. This includes shutting down screens an hour before bedtime. Blue light from phones, TVs, and computers tells your brain it's still daytime, delaying the natural drop in cortisol. Stress management is another big one. Gentle breathing exercises, prayer, meditation, or even 5 minutes of quiet reflection can shift your body into a parasympathetic state, the rest and repair mode. Herbal teas like chamomile, lemon balm, or ashwagandha can also help lower cortisol naturally. And if your evening meals are loaded with sugar or refined carbs, you're setting yourself up for blood sugar spikes and crashes that will keep cortisol elevated. Swap those for protein, healthy fats, and fiber-rich vegetables to keep your system stable. Once you put all these pieces together, the overnight muscle saver checklist becomes simple to follow. Slow digesting protein before bed. Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, casein shake, or plant-based alternative with leucine. Magnesium to relax muscles and support deep sleep. Light stretching or mobility work to boost circulation and signal your body to wind down. Collagen plus vitamin C for connective tissue support. Zinc-rich foods during the day to optimize muscle building hormones. Screen-free, low-stress wind down before bed. Cool, dark, quiet bedroom to protect deep sleep cycles. If you make this checklist a nightly habit, you're not just slowing muscle loss, you're actively reversing it. You're giving your body the conditions it needs to build strength even as you age. And that's the real secret. It's not about doing everything perfectly, it's about doing the right things consistently. The truth is, losing muscle after 60 is not a guarantee. You have more control over it than you think. When you fuel your body correctly, manage your stress, and protect your sleep, you create an environment where your muscles can thrive. Every night becomes a chance to rebuild, recharge, and restore so that every morning you wake up ready to move, lift, and live with confidence. So start tonight. Make one change. if that's all you can do. Maybe it's adding that slow digesting protein or turning off your screens an hour before bed. Then build from there. You'll be amazed at how quickly your body responds when you give it what it's been missing. You don't have to settle for weakness, instability, or fatigue just because of your age. You can stay strong, active, and independent, not by fighting your body, but by working with it. And when you start waking up feeling stronger than the day before, you'll know it's not just about preventing loss. It's about building a future where you can keep doing the things you love for years to come. Don't wait until the loss becomes visible. Start the process of rebuilding tonight and let your nights become the most powerful part of your muscle strengthening plan.